Digital torque wrench versus click type torque wrench. It's a big decision you need to make, and I'm going to go over the advantages and disadvantages of each style here so that by the end of the video, you know which one's right for you. Quick shout out to Lowe's for sponsoring this video, so if you're looking for any of the torque wrenches I show you, I'll put links down in the description. Here's a look at the click type torque wrench we're going to be using in this video, and they've been around for ages for a reason. The third one I'm going to show you is a torque wrench adapter, which just goes on the end of any ratchet that fits in the drive, and it immediately converts that ratchet into a torque wrench now. Kind of cool, huh? So what's the number one thing to consider? It's going to be the budget. If you've got the money for a digital torque wrench, you're going to be spending 2 or maybe 3 times the price of a comparable click type torque wrench. But with a click type torque wrench, you're giving up a ton of features. You really only get the click. Now, since we're talking about the price of things, these torque adapters generally cost less than the click type torque wrenches. A torque wrench adapter is nice to have around, but I don't think they replace a click style torque wrench. So let's get into the features of things. Why would you even want a click style torque wrench instead of a digital? Well, they're analog and there's not much that can go wrong. There's no electronics involved and you don't need batteries to operate them. That's kind of nice. With digital torque wrenches, yes, they have a bunch of awesome features, but you're gonna need to know how to operate the thing. You see, I already pressed the wrong button to turn it on, but hey, as a bonus, it saved my last torque setting, so I don't have to go fiddling around with it anymore to get it back up to 85 foot-pounds. It's already there, it remembers. And that memory is something that a click type just does not have. And click type torque wrenches like this require you to reset the torque setting all the way to the lowest option on the wrench so that it won't go out of calibration. And if your torque wrench goes out of calibration, well, it's no longer accurate and it's kind of useless. A digital torque wrench does not need to be set to any specific setting before you turn it off. It'll just turn off and that's fine. And you'll also see that you've got unit conversions with just the touch of a button. And here's a huge advantage of digital torque wrenches. It can measure the angle. If you need angle measurements for your torque settings, you're going to want to go digital because your click type torque wrench just isn't going to have this angle setting anywhere. Let's quickly cycle through the unit conversions that you can use. You got Newton meters with the touch of a button, and you can also do inch pounds with the touch of a button, which is super nice that you don't have to do any math conversions. Here's the foot pounds that I'll be using later. And here's one I've never used, but for the metric folk, hey, kilogram centimeters. Digital torque wrenches definitely win the features category, but what they give up is the simplicity of a click style torque wrench. When you learn how to use a click style torque wrench, it's like riding a bike, you never forget. But when you get a digital torque wrench, they all have different user interfaces, so you might be hunting down your user manual, or you might have to check out the internet on a whole bunch of searches so you can figure out what the heck it's trying to tell you and how you're supposed to use it. So I mentioned earlier that you need to reset the click style torque wrench every time that you're done using it so it doesn't go out of calibration, and digitals don't really need that, but digitals are battery operated and sometimes batteries can leak, and that does happen more often with items that get stored for long periods of time. So if you're not using your torque wrench very often, you might want to consider taking the batteries out of it, which will increase the life of the batteries and also the life of your digital torque wrench, because if they's leak in there, well, that thing's toast. Let's put these torque wrenches to use on some lug nuts, and along the way we're going to discover a couple more advantages and disadvantages of each one. Now already you can probably tell there's a disadvantage. The display is now upside down, making it not real easy to read. Luckily these beep and flash, so if you're working in a position where this isn't easy to read, well, at least you get the beep and the flash. And it's not like the display is always going to be upside down, but there's going to be positions that you're working in, or sometimes like underneath a car, where you're just not going to be able to see that display. And while we're talking about the digital torque wrench displays, they are both an advantage and a disadvantage, because if anything were to go wrong with the display, like let's say you dropped it and it cracked, well, then your torque wrench is useless. Let's talk about torque wrench adapters real quick while I've got one on this breaker bar. They are a very affordable way to get into the digital torque wrench and the digital torque wrench features. But just like the digital torque wrench I just showed you, these adapters aren't always going to be easy to read. Like right now, it's upside down and it turns with the wrench, so you can't always be turning your head to see what it's reading. But don't get me wrong, when you are in a position where you can get a good reading on this screen, they are very nice to have. And they're only like a quarter of the price of a dedicated digital torque wrench. Something else a digital torque wrench can do that an analog version can't is it measures the peak torque that you applied, 94 foot-pounds. Okay, and now it's time for Old Faithful, the click type torque wrench that's been around since 1918. These are tried and true. They've literally built just about everything you can imagine. But as you can see, it takes many twists of the handle to get to the proper torque setting. But once you're there, hey, this thing is just a reliable old beast. These really only have one feature, and that's that it will click when it gets to the torque you set. If all you're doing is torquing nuts and bolts to spec, and you're not doing anything with angle measurements, and you don't need quick unit conversions, and you don't need the memory settings of a digital torque wrench, these analog click-style torque wrenches are a clear winner to me. Ultimately, your decision should come down to the features that you absolutely have to have in a torque wrench. Do you need the stuff that a digital torque wrench is going to have, or will an analog click-style work for what you need? If you already have a click torque wrench, and you want some of the features of a digital torque wrench, pick up one of the digital torque wrench adapters before spending a boatload of money on a dedicated digital torque wrench. And as a reminder, I've got links in the description if you want to check out all the torque wrenches you see in this video, plus even more of them that Lowe's offers online. And please subscribe by tapping this icon here, and if you want to check out my other videos, there's one here, and then there's also one in this corner up there, and then another one down in the other corner here. I'm Torque and Twisted, and I'm out of here.